that's a dynamic opportunity to take. And I think the consistency of Tyler. I mean, if you look at the Devin Aubrey from the Dallas Cowboys, he never played college football. He was a soccer player at Notre Dame, and he's got a leg very similar to Tyler's. So I think Tyler's got a special skill that he'll get an opportunity. Now he needs to be consistent.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Hey, David.
How would you describe, Danny, just kind of this season for Jacory and how tough it was for him not to be able to play after that first game?
I thought it was, I want to give Jacory a lot of credit for how he handled it. He was probably the best scout team running back I've ever been around. NFL guys that were there, we had some at practice every day because of T-Mac and Jonah. And to see Bill's maturity and how he handled that, I think it suited him well. I mean, he got an invite to the Hula Bowl because of it. If he plays well in the Hula Bowl, there's opportunities for him to move on to the Senior Bowl. I think he's dynamic. What he's going to be is he's going to be fresh. He'll be the freshest one there. So he should have an opportunity to showcase his skills. I love that young man, and I think he handled the worst case scenario the best that anybody could, because he could have cashed in his chips and said, I'm going to go work out and train. And the opportunity he passed every single class he was in. He'd already graduated from the University of New Mexico, so working on master's classes and taking them serious and passing them. So he didn't, one, hurt our GPA, two, hurt our APR. I think is a sign of great maturity from that young man. And then being able to show his skills on our scout team to the NFL scouts, and they would come over and watch a guy that's going full speed, and we had a hard time tackling him and fitting him up on runs on defense. I think it'll benefit him greatly as he moves forward.
How do you guys preach patience to this fan base when fans don't really have a lot of patience?
I don't think you need to preach patience anymore. I think you have to turn the roster over and be successful. Everybody wants to win right now, and that's what this has turned into. So that's a great challenge that I look forward to. And what I really would like the people of Tucson, and I think this is the best way to look at it, if you want to be successful, be involved. And game days are exciting, game days are fun, being a part of the program is fun, and all of a sudden you put a winning streak together, obviously more people will jump on, but come from the beginning. Why not start in the beginning? Have that expectation that we're going to be successful and keep believing in it. You'll see a big roster flip. I mean, we'll see on December 9th what changes within our roster. There's going to be some that it's unfortunately become a business from both sides. There's going to be kids that aren't here anymore. There's going to be kids that choose to leave and venture something else, and we're going to replace every single one of them with a good football player that gives us a chance to be competitive. Coach Brennan, he said it. We need to increase the size of our roster in metrics as far as height, weight, strength. We'll get those bodies here, and then Coach Carroll has to develop them in the weight room. And then we have to teach them to be great football players. And I'll say this again, if you want to be a good coach, get good players. Because it doesn't matter how much a coach knows, they don't get to play. You better find guys that can actually do what you're trying to get them to do, get them to do it at a high level. And now, I mean, the school up the road, 19 to 22 starters weren't on their team last year in December. So it's possible. And it's a great challenge, and I'm excited. Recruiting is like shaving. If you don't do it every day, you look like a bum. So we've been attacking that like crazy since August, and I'm excited. I mean, the class we put together in a traditional world, this class is going to be really good. There's going to be half of them that play right now. The other half will need time to develop. In the time that you don't have to develop kids, you go find kids in the transfer portal and junior college. And junior college has gotten significantly better in the last 3 years because the lack of high school kids being able to sign scholarships because of the transfer portal. So being able to attack both those worlds, Zach Silipel is a perfect example. 6'7", 350, and then wasn't recruited very heavily because a lot of people aren't spending time in junior colleges. We have a lot of relationships on our staff with those places that'll help us significantly over the next month.
In terms of the recruiting class and the linebackers you guys brought in, what do you like the first initial thoughts with that group?
Both of them are physical. They're different. In Myron Robinson is an unbelievable athlete. If you watch his highlights, he's a running back. He's a linebacker. He can play at safety. He's a big old monster. He's 6'3". He's going to be 215 when he gets here. He'll play at 230 pounds. Can run. He's a basketball player. He runs track. He'll be a 700-meter kid at that weight. So being able to increase our athleticism in that room was significant and important, and to be able to help on teams. And then Carter Jones is a physical, typical middle linebacker. I mean, the kind that you want coming downhill, being able to plug gaps in the middle right there and being physical. and being able to get him to flip in the recruiting process when we came in late, I thought was a really big win for our program. And I'm excited about both those kids.
Is that one of the main things you guys look